Emmett Buddy Jobe grew up in Chandler, Arizona, and became successful in the farming industry. But it was on the west side of town where he helped grow a sport that the state of Arizona is forever thankful for.
Buddy put the face on racing here in the state of Arizona. It was unbelievable, the enthusiasm that he brought and what he's done to inspire people to become racing fans. And when you think of racing in Arizona, you think Buddy Jobe.
With a name like Buddy, you can't imagine that it was going to take Emmett too long to get into racing. I mean, Buddy and racing just go together.
Buddy Jobe was a businessman, he was a risk taker, and he loved motorsports.
With those qualities, in September of 1985, Buddy purchased Phoenix International Raceway.
He bought it as a real estate play, but then he got hooked in racing and really got going and I think enjoyed himself tremendously and put his heart and soul into PIR and the racetrack and developing and keeping racing going here in the valley.
PIR was a wooden structure at the time and probably held maybe 10,000 seats, and it was in disrepair and needed a lot of help.
In April of 1987, lightning struck the track's main grandstand, burning the majority of the structure to the ground. Buddy built it back up.
Buddy had the vision to make it a first-class racetrack, and so he started putting seats to accommodate more people. Then he started putting suites. He worked on the track, he worked on the infield, and so Buddy basically built up PIR so that he could have major races.
During the reconstruction process, Buddy spearheaded an effort to have a bridge built over the Gila River to improve traffic flow to the track.
He was very effective because he communicated well, and he also was able to show you what he wanted to do was something that could be done, and it could be done that brought in income at the end.
Buddy really took PIR to a different level because it had access, it could accommodate people, and more importantly, it was safe.
One group who took notice of the new Desert Jewel was NASCAR.
We always had good racing here, from USAC and Indy racing, the Copper World, all of that. But of course, when NASCAR came, it's the big leagues.
Buddy was the right person at the right time when NASCAR was looking for alternatives to that marketplace because of Riverside going away.
Buddy was really one of those guys that really made people understand that, hey, it's not just a Southeast sport. I mean, you go to the Southwest and, they got some cool racing out there. So Buddy was really big in bridging the gap of it being just a Southeast sport to a nationwide sport.
In November of 1988, one of Jobe's dreams was realized.
From the Valley of the Sunshine, we're actually located about 25 miles to the southwest of downtown Phoenix, Arizona, in Tolleson. This is Phoenix International Raceway, and good afternoon, everybody. I'm Bob Jenkins. It's the first time ever that the Winston Cup Series has visited this location.
Alan Kolwicki took the checkered flag in the inaugural Checker 500, and Buddy Jobe was on to something big.
He made Phoenix a spot in the United States where people said, hey, I want to go to Phoenix. Phoenix looks like a neat place to race.
During Buddy's time at PIR, seating capacity went from 10,000 to 65,000, with attendance soaring over 100,000 for the first time during the 1995 Winston Cup race.
Buddy knew that a mile track in this part of the country would be terrific if he could get all the venues competing during the year. Midgets, sprint cars, Indy cars, and stock cars. And Buddy was the one that was able to do that on a consistent basis and grow a fan base today, which is one of the largest in the U.S.
Buddy sold Phoenix International Raceway in 1997, but stayed on as president until 2002. Jobe was recently inducted into the Arizona Motorsports and West Coast Stock Car Hall of Fames. Buddy left an indelible impact on motorsport racing that continues to grow in the state of Arizona. PIR currently hosts 2 NASCAR Sprint Cup Series races a year, which draws more than 200,000 fans and generates nearly $500 million annually for the state of Arizona.
Buddy was really visionary about the track. I mean, he could obviously see that it had potential and immediately set to work upping the game.
To me, he was the father of Phoenix International Raceway. And he's a great guy. He's been a great friend for all the years since I went out there and was a kid. So, he's been one of those guys that, really made me feel like Phoenix was my West Coast home away from home.
Buddy's kind of like a Wall Street cowboy. He never let the Southwest get away from him.
He could relate to everybody. He could relate to the guys on the maintenance facility, working on cleaning up the track, as well as the PR guys and dealing with the corporate sponsors. And I think Buddy sort of fulfilled all those roles. He could connect to all those people.
When I first met Buddy Jobe, he immediately became a friend. His personality was the type that you felt good being around him, and he was enthusiastic to the point that you had to really appreciate what he was doing.
Buddy Jobe's commitment to the Southwest and NASCAR obviously is very important, because today, guess what? One of the key races in the chase is at the Phoenix International Raceway.
Buddy certainly was a big influence, not just NASCAR, but the open wheel racing and other forms of motorsports along the way, and has proven out to be a very fortunate opportunity for NASCAR to be in Phoenix.
Congratulations, Buddy Joe, for making the Hall of Fame. I never thought you'd live that long, your old buddy AJ.
Arizona loves Buddy Jobe, and I love you, Buddy.